Hello, dearies! Welcome to another interesting lesson with Mr. Olia. In the previous lesson, we learned about mixture. Today, we'll be treating a new topic, which is known as chemical compound. I'll come again, chemical compound. First and foremost, what is a chemical compound? Chemical compound is any substance composed of identical molecules consisting of atoms of two or more chemical elements. I'll come again. Chemical compound is any substance composed of identical molecules consisting of atoms of two or more chemical elements. Next fact you need to know about the chemical compound is that the fundamental principle of the science of chemistry is that the atoms of different elements can be combined or can combine with one another to form chemical compounds. I'll come again. The fundamental principle of science of chemistry is that the atoms of different elements can combine with one another to form chemical compound. This simply means different atoms and different elements can combine to form compounds. So they come together to form compounds. Next, in chemical compound, elements are held together by chemical bond. I will come again. In chemical compound, elements are held together by chemical bonds, not physical bonds. They are held together by a chemical bonds, and this makes chemical compound chemically bonded. Next is an example of a chemical compound, which is a methane molecule. I'll come again, a methane molecule. Next, a molecule consisting of atoms of only one element is therefore not a compound. A molecule consisting of atoms of only one element is therefore not a compound. Next, you'll be seeing some examples of a chemical compound. One, we have potassium hydrogen tetrate. I'll come again. Potassium hydrogen tetrate. The chemical formula is KC4H5. KC4H5. And the diagram below is the chemical structure of potassium hydrogen tetrate. Next, calcium magnesium carbonate. Calcium magnesium carbonate. The chemical formula is CaMgCO2. So that's the chemical formula, and the diagram below is the chemical structure, the chemical compound structure of calcium manganese carbonate. Next, solid carbon, and the chemical formula is CO2, and the diagram below is the chemical structure of solid carbon. Next is magnesium sulfate heptahydrate. I'll come again. Magnesium sulfate heptahydrate. The chemical formula is MgSO4 7H2O. I'll come again. MgSO4 7H2O. And the diagram below is the chemical structure of this compound. Next is ammonia. Ammonia is also an example of a compound, which the chemical formula is NH3. Chemical formula is what? NH3. And the diagram by the side is the chemical structure, the chemical compound structure. Next, sulfuric acid. And the chemical formula is H2SO4. H2SO4, and the diagram beside is the chemical structure. Next, sodium chloride. sodium chloride. The chemical formula is NaCl. I'll come again, NaCl, and the diagram beside is the chemical structure. Next, hydrogen peroxide, and the chemical formula is H2O2. I'll come again, H2O2, and the diagram below is the chemical compound structure. So Sparky, these are some few examples of a chemical compound. Wow, it has been an interesting lesson so far. Knowing the definition of a compound and knowing the examples of some compound, their chemical formula and their structure. So kids, it's time to say goodbye. See you in the next lesson. Bye bye.